Welcome back to another wonderful update on this case of Nnamdi Kanu on today being the 29th of May 2025. Now, in this particular video, you are going to hear different people's reactions on the judgment that Nnamdi Kanu collected in his favor on the trial within trial judgment that was given today. Though we know that the case is still ongoing, but this particular one will go a long way to prove that most of the things they are bringing are not actually what it is. Now, you are going to hear different people's reactions on what really happened. And again, I told you that Nnamdi Kanu is winning. And don't forget, he has kept on saying that he's going to destroy his enemy with nothing but the truth. And it is happening before our very eyes. Now, I am going to allow you to be listening to different updates of what happened and how it happened. But you know the vibe. As you are listening to this update, make sure you are clicking on that share button. Share it very wide so that people will hear what is going on, and also share your thought. Subscribe in case if you have never done so for more updates. And after that, I'll be back. Let's go there.
It's continued again for the second time this week. The first one was yesterday, 28th, and which was adjourned till today, 29th. Things are happening so fast as regards this case, and a miracle happened today in court. Let's calm down and move on. So the trial after trial continued today. Today we are going straight into business, because you remember we are in a trial after trial to see if those evidences, if those interview that an interrogation that the DSS conducted with Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon will be admitted in the court as evidence or not. So today's court started as usual with the judge appearance, and immediately, the defense counsel of Nnamdi Kanu stood up and said that they still stand by their yesterday's, objection that interrogation of Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS was done against his will, without a lawyer and under duress. That was the opening submission of the defendants, Kanu's lawyers. Then the prosecution stood up also and affirmed that the judge should admit it, that Nnamdi Kanu meant those things he said, and he said them with his clear eye. You understand? And the judge should admit it as evidence. So having listened to both opening statements, so the presiding judge, Justice Omotosho, decided that the court will go into a 1-hour recess. And the purpose of this recess is, to make the final conclusion on if, the evidence brought by the DSS, which is the interview of Nnamdi Kanu in DSS cell, was going to be admitted in court or not, was done voluntarily or involuntarily, of which will decide if it will be admissible in court as an evidence to be used or not. The court now went on 1-hour recess. He's a miracle working God. He's a miracle working God. He's the Alpha and Omega. He's a miracle working God. Nnamdi Kanu has won. Nnamdi Kanu has won the trial within trial. Yes, so whatever you are typing in comment section, add it. Victory is coming. Type it there. You can type your normal comments, but still add victory is coming. Victory is coming in the comment section. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu defeated them, Basbos, in this one. They wanted to smuggle this one, but the judge, after the 1-hour recess, the judge came out and struck out that evidence from the DSS, stating that it was done without his legal representative. It was done without due process. It was done under duress, and therefore it is not admissible as an evidence in court, and the trial after trial is over, and Nnamdi Kanu has won. Hey! Well, in every war, there are battles to be won. In every war. And before you can win the war, you must make sure that you win critical battles. This is an example of such battles. So yes, it is not the main war, but it is a critical battle that will aid the victory that is coming for Nnamdi Kanu. Perhaps this was a banana peel that the enemy set to pull off rug from his feet that would have led to his defeat. But Nnamdi Kanu surmounted it and finally achieved victory. Trial after trial, victory for Nnamdi Kanu. So far, so good in this case. Nnamdi Kanu has won several battles so far. Lots of arguments, lots of decisions has gone his favor. Because, like I said, you cannot destroy a man whose time has come. You cannot bring down one who God has lifted up. Anywhere you take this case to, it is the same thing. Take it to United Nations, it is the same thing you will get. Take it to America, take it to Australia, take it to Canada. The same verdict you will get, the same judgment you will get. It cannot change. Why? Because this is a straightforward case. If you have evidence, bring it to the court. So long as the DSS or so long as the security agencies are not court of law, the only thing they can do is to hold you as long as they want. That's not a prison. One day, you must surely come out. Now, let me take you through the implication of this judgment now. The implication of this judgment means that, first of all, the judge has found out that this statement brought out from the DSS cell was a falsified statement, illegal statement that would have misled the court in giving a certain judgment, and the court has struck it off. That means the judge is going to be very cautious going forward with further statements brought from the DSS, brought from the federal government, brought from the security agency. The judge is going to use this as a precedent now to look at them suspiciously and say, have you people come again? We are going to check this thing very well, because the one you brought the other day, you know that you people normally do these things that we don't know. And it will be a very big setback against them, the coming case. And Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are going to use this now as a weapon, to downplay any further evidences that they are going to bring against him. Because if this one they brought is not admissible by court, therefore, according to the way courts behave, any other one you are going to bring is also suspicious. Therefore, we may not actually be accepted, hook, line, and sinker, because you've already brought one that was almost going to mislead the court, if not for the objection of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. That is one implication. The second implication is this. Another implication of this judgment is the federal government lawyers who have just been embarrassed by this now. Now, embarrassment means that you brought us for this case. You called us to prosecute this Nnamdi Kanu man, and you told us that all the things you're bringing are correct and are right. Why would you bring me to the front of this course to make people look at me as an unserious lawyer, or perhaps a lawyer who doesn't do his background check well and tried to force a wrong narrative to the court? So the federal government lawyers are not going to be happy with this, with their clients. They're not going to be happy that, you are bringing these things and, they are trying to make me look, as if I don't know my job in front of the court. People will look at me like I don't know my job. Why would you bring such a video and an interview knowing very well that if I take it to the court, it's not the way you told me it was? So there's going to be a kind of a confusion in their camp right now. A kind of a debate, a kind of a problem going on in their camp is going to make it's going to lead to a lot of review in their evidences going forward, and lots of evidences they have against Nnamdi Kanu, they are going to consider bringing them forward at this point in time, leaving them on the back foot. That is another implication. The third implication is this. The judge now has no reason not to trash this case and set Nnamdi Kanu free, because there are lots of things coming up. First of all, if you ruled that this was done illegally, therefore it's already a crime. It's an offense under our law to obtain falsified statements, the statement brought that were meant to mislead the court. So having said that, today's court case was filled with lots of breaks and interruptions. I do not know what was going on, but definitely God had his way today. Whatever you're typing in the comment section, please add, victory is coming. Victory is coming. Because the war is not yet over, but the battle has been won.
Yesterday, remember that Justice James Omotosho initiated trial within trial to determine who is lying between the DSS, that is the federal government, versus Nnamdi Kanu. Is it the Nnamdi Kanu that is lying, or is it the federal government that are lying with their mass witnesses? Because the issue of the interview they granted Nnamdi Kanu, that was their major evidence. That kind of evidence, you can't counter it, because this is what you say, what you said before, this is what you wrote before. So after editing the video, they presented it before the court that Nnamdi Kanu agreed to grant interview. They gave him bottled water. He was smiling while he was granting interview. He did not request for lawyer. After the whole bulabalo, Nnamdi Kanu said that is not what happened. And see where God punished that mass witness that is always lying against Nnamdi Kanu to Justice James Omotosho. The mass witness said that they have a video to prove Nnamdi Kanu wrong, that Nnamdi Kanu is telling lies. Imagine. And one will be thinking, what has Nnamdi Kanu done to deserve all this ill treatment? I believe these people must have been paid to lie to court. It's a prejudice. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, but you see, coming to court to lie is not good. Now, they played the video, and Justice James Omotosho was shaking his head because he can listen to Nnamdi Kanu. That's why the video has been edited. He can listen to Nnamdi Kanu saying it 3 times. I need my lawyer. This is the 3rd time you're interviewing me. The law says I need my lawyer, that I am entitled to my lawyer. You know how Nnamdi Kanu speaks now, with boldness, standing on his right. Nnamdi Kanu went forward to say, even though you point gun on my head, I will say the truth. I started leading campaign against Boko Haram in London. So what I am doing is not terrorism. I just need my lawyer before I can start granting interview. And one could imagine these DSS mass witnesses, are they insane? Or even though you edited the video, can't you see what is in the video for you not to lie to judge? So after the whole did and done, the case was adjourned till today, and Justice James Omotosho had just ruled in a very crucial ruling that will affect this case. However, as I said before, everything I'm saying in this video is my opinion. So I am entitled to my opinion. I am not a lawyer. But Justice James Omotosho has now ruled. The court rejects all DSS video evidence against Nnamdi Kanu, declare it inadmissible, that it can never be admitted in court because that video proves that what Nnamdi Kanu is saying is right, not what they are saying. This is a major ruling because if the court had admitted the evidence, to counter such evidence is difficult. It's not like the one they came, they said Nnamdi Kanu asked people to burn buses and they asked them to bring the plate number of the buses to prove all those things. They were unable to prove it. But if courts, for example, admitted what Nnamdi Kanu said as true, it means that Nnamdi Kanu has crucified himself. But thank God that the DSS, they were lying, and everything they have been presenting in court is lies upon lies. They lie against Opus Odema, that Opus Odema said that it is IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu that are killing people in Imo. So they brought the video of Opus Odema to play for them again. They were confused when Opus Odema was saying that this killing in Imo State is not from IPOB, it is from politicians because they are targeting only APC members. So this is interesting. Now, in a major ruling during the trial within trial, the court has dismissed all video and written statements presented by the DSS as evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. This is the 3rd blow since this court case, started. The first one is that DSS has admitted that they did not find anything incriminating against Nnamdi Kanu when they arrested him. That they only discover radio broadcasting equipment, as they said, laptop and his phone and watch. So does that incriminate somebody? Absolutely no. The judge now, Justice James Omotosho, has declared the footage of Kanu's alleged statement null and void, rendering it irrelevant to the case. This decision deals a significant blow to the prosecution's case.
You get the point. Now, what do you think that is going on? Do you think that this wonderful judgment Nnamdi Kanu collected in his favor today on this trial within trial is going to go a long way in proving more things clearer in the further case that will be going on? Or what is your thought about it? Share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this,